This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to do this. I don't know. Just maybe it might work. Where I kind of pretty much say, some knowledge, or just put some sort of motivation out there, for the haters. Because man, it's still going on till this day. And you would think that, at some point in time, they will just give up. But it's one of those things where it's like, what will it take? Well, you know what? I feel like I know the answer to that before I even put that question out there. But putting the question out there, what will it take in order for them to stop hating? And I know what it would take. And that's me pretty much saying that I quit content creating. That's the thing, though. I'm not going to quit content creating because a few people out there don't like my videos, don't like me, don't like my personality, don't like my name, don't like my channel names, don't like my content creating names, don't like the games that I play, the music that I make, whatever it is that I am doing on YouTube, Twitch, podcast episodes, other social media platforms. They have a hatred for it. If they remotely see somebody, and the crazy thing is that the whole world, I can have my face on billboards. People at their jobs or schools could be watching my videos. They could have, friends or family, whoever watching my videos. All of that stuff, right? All of that. And people will still have this hatred. Why? And you have to sit down and honestly think about it. Don't just I'm, just hearing what TMossBoss has to say, but I'm not going to actually sit down and listen to him. I'm just going to get upset over the fact that he's talking about me. And now I feel like I got to spread all this, hatred around his name for no apparent reason. But no, literally, that's what it is. No reason at all. I can get the people that, I talked on in videos where if they want to talk about me, if they want to say things about me, okay, fine, let them say what they want to say. But it's the fans that really trips me out, where it's like, for one, you don't even have a say-so in the situation at all. If we're going to clear up some stuff, we're going to have to clear that up. The fans of the haters that make videos about me, you guys have no say-so because I've done nothing to you. And even the haters themselves, even the ones that start all this stuff with the videos and the tweets and whatever it is, I've never done nothing to them. That's not me trying to, clear my name or whatever. Okay, let's say I blow up in the near future, then these episodes. No, I know for a fact that I've done nothing to them personally. And if we are going to sit down and talk on some things, because I know people probably will want to, because I remember the last time I really actually sat down and talked with the hater, he was trying to spread this information, wrong information on top of that, saying that I had made fun of another YouTuber's mom. And I'm like, for as long that I will live, okay, I will never stoop that low. Never. In life. The funny thing is let them turn around and do something to me, and then I have to explain it to them. They're gonna be like, oh, well, literally saying the same thing that I'm saying. Cause no, the funny thing is that they do this. This is their pattern. This is what they do. I do something to them. They make all these different videos about me, calling me out on whatever it is. So yeah, let's say a hater approaches me and I get upset, punch them in the face, and they're like, oh, TMossBoss is this violent. He's monster. He's this. He's that. All these other things. But let's say a hater punches me in the face, and they're like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have did what you did. You shouldn't." And it's stuff like that where it's like that backwards, pattern. That pattern where it's like it's where is that leading to? Where is that going? And it's people like that where I'm like, I try my hardest to not associate with people like that. Even if it ain't even on some stuff where it's like, it ain't even the content creating. Like, I'm talking on some like real life, like if I'm going out somewhere or I'm, friends from school or friends from a job, friends from wherever, I'm like, I don't want to consider that individual like family in my circle, friend, whatever. All right, if I do have some family members out there that carry on like that, just please stop. All right, but if they're really ain't no telling them to stop, then yeah, it's like then you won't really be hearing from me a whole lot. I guess we can have like good mutual conversations, but when it's just on some stuff where it's like, oh, you, and I get like if it's a joke, like yeah, because I joke around like that with my family and friends all the time, where it's like they do something to me, I do the same thing, then we can laugh about it. But if it's on some serious stuff where it's like, oh, well, I want to bury his name in the dirt, I want to spread all this misinformation as much as I possibly can, you have to sit down and think about those consequences. Because to whoever is listening, you and I both know that I did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. That's something that you can strap a lie detector test to me. I'll admit to, the beefs and tell the stories and all that, but I'm not going to say I was in the wrong for any of the stuff that I said or did. And or whatever the situation is, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. So now that that's been established, what is the reason of, I feel like I gotta join his streams, or I gotta listen to what he's saying on his podcast episodes, or leave comments underneath his, his YouTube channels and stuff. And I'm like, it gets to a point where it's just, how much time and energy do you got? Like, honestly, sit down and think about that. Because those are questions I would like answers for. It's like, do you see yourself? Because if you are in a situation like that right now, reevaluate your life, please. For the love of humanity, for the love of yourself, for the love of your family. But let's just say you have a wife, husband, whatever, kids, all right? You're literally living the adult life, but you want to act like a child online. And then what's funny is that, let's say that they have kids, right? Whoever these people are, let's say that they end up having kids one day and their kids carry on like this online, knowing that they're going to be telling them, well, why do you watch the person if they upset? And that's usually what it takes in order for them to just get a understanding of just how stupid it is that they act online. But it's like, when you carry on like this, right? And then you see somebody else carry on. Now you want to judge them. Now you want to say all these different things about them because, let's say for an example, you play, like, let's say you play basketball, like, horribly. Like, you're really bad at basketball. You don't see it. Other people see it, but you don't see it until you see either video footage of yourself, or you see, side-by-side comparison, or you see somebody playing and that's the funny thing is like, no, that's usually what it is. You see somebody playing just like you, and then you're like, oh my God, that person is horrible. Then you're like, wait a second, that's my move. That's literally like how I act. Those are the things that, man, like, I didn't even realize. So that's usually because I have to say, like, the self denial of wanting to admit that, a hater is hating. That's something that just never, really I could get. I couldn't understand that, because that's like me saying that, oh, I'm not black. Oh, I'm discolored. Like, cause that would be on some dumb stuff that they would say. Oh, I'm not hating. I'm just trying to give out constructive criticism. But that's the thing though. Okay. Because if you look at a lot of the people that giving me this quote unquote constructive criticism, a lot of them aren't even doing the videos that I'm doing. They don't do the stuff that I do. They don't talk like how I talk. There's no reason for them at all to be giving me this said constructive criticism. So what's the reason? It's like, if it's been 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 8 years, 8 years. Like, bro, it still feels like it's the, like, third or fourth year, but when you sit down and add all of those, the years, the months, the days, okay, the months, the weeks, now the days, okay, now the hours, the minutes, the seconds that you guys spent in these past 8 years. Because the thing is this. I've done that before, where I've sat down and I deleted all the hate videos, whatever it was, I deleted it. Because I was like, there ain't no need for this. And if it ever gets to a point in time where I'm like, I go through my podcast episodes, my YouTube videos, whatever the situation is, and I want to delete this stuff, I'll delete it. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, I can move on from this stuff. I've done it numerous times before. When I see the thing is this, the whole reason, for this episode is just to more so motivate, people out there, or motivate and also give out advice, where it's like I'm giving out advice to my fans, those that actually do sit down and take the time to listen to me, and then also trying to spread that motivation where it's like it is okay to move on. It's something where I'm like, when I sit down and I look at all the videos, the tweets, whatever, the comments, all this stuff that I've seen about me, and I'm like, who has this amount of time? Who has 8 years, bro? 8 years. Like, that's literally a child's lifetime, bruh. A child's lifetime. You have 8 years spent worried about what I'm doing. And I'm the one. The funny thing is that, that's something that they always like to tell me is that I need to let this stuff go. Bruh, I 100% want to let this stuff go. I don't want to talk on this. But usually when I do talk on these things, why is it? Why do I usually talk on these things? Because if it's not for the views. It's not, I could come up with any amount of content that I want to come out with. But if you sit down and think about it, why is this still going on? Why do I have to come out and say? Usually it's because either a video was made about me, a comment was left about me, somebody done joined my streams being toxic, whatever the situation is, and there might be some days where I just sit down and reminisce and I'm like, let me do a podcast episode giving out advice to, these young-minded content creators, because if anybody, I've spent my years with content creating. I spent 13 years being a content creator, and, when I, throughout the years, just seeing, how impacting the negativity and hate is on people, because with me it's like it's never really had an effect. It never really had an effect at all. Even when I was at my worst with content creating and having it where every video I post get 70-80 dislikes, I still did my thing. I still posted videos. I created more channels. I made more of a name for myself, but there are people out there that's not, I'm not going to say not as serious, but they're, they just don't have that drive. I'm not trying to say it in a negative way, but at the same time, they're not like me when it comes to content creating. There might be some out there where they're just, they're doing it for fun. They either doing it by themselves or doing it with their friends, whether it's gaming or them just sitting around, just, doing whatever, just doing some form of content. But there have been times where I have seen content creators where they deal with hate for the first time, and it's so emotionally damaging for that individual. I feel bad for people that deal with hate for the first time, and especially it's because I think everybody remembers when they when they do deal with hate for the first time. And I remember it was maybe a year or two after I started content creating, and it was because I was being a hater myself. Because I was and when I sat down and I thought about it, I was there was no reason for me to hate on that content creator. None whatsoever. I hated on that man simply based off of the fact of the videos. What's so dumb about it is that I hated on that man for simply doing the videos that I'm doing today. Reaction videos. Ray William Johnson. If you guys don't know who that man is, look up =3 Ray William Johnson. You'll see the videos that he was doing. And in a way, I do those same type of videos. So it was, I can admit to that. I was a hater at one point. I was being hypocritical. Yes, I was being a dumb teenager on social media. There is no reason to carry on like that. And that's something that I am not afraid to admit to. Why? Because if I'm going to motivate people, if I'm going to tell a story, if whatever the situation is, I'm going to tell it right. I'm going to say it right. So when I sit down and I look at who I was at one point in time with content creating, I wasn't proud of that. I wasn't proud of who I was first few years I started content creating. Like, bro, I was at one point, I was like, when I even just sitting down, you just even looking at that, I'm like, I wasn't proud. I'm like, oh, over here, can't like post my, or didn't want my face to be shown in the video, didn't want to talk, didn't want to do nothing. Then eventually, as the time progressed on, my body starts settling in. I started getting more comfortable with myself. I wasn't so ashamed of being who I wanted to be with content creating. Then that's when TMossBoss had emerged. That's when that era of content creating was born. So it started with me just not even wanting to be a content creator, but not wanting to be a content creator at the same time, to now where it's like, bruh, this is all that I really want to do. So it's like when you sit down and you think about this, right? I want people to sit down. You just think really hard as you possibly can about this. Do you think any amount of hate whatsoever? Because I feel like I have dealt with literally like the pits. Okay, the pits of hate, all right? That form where it's like you got people lying on your name. You got people leaving hate comments. You got people being racist. You got people harassing yourself and your family and not family, but your friends that you consider family, right? You got all these things going on, right? And you still keep going. Why is that? Like that's a question I would like for, write an essay on it. Give me a long thought out comment, whatever the situation is on what you want to leave. Sit down and think about that. Why does one keep going? Because it was just the other day. And that's something where I'm like, again, repeating stuff that I've said. And I'm like, I don't know why repeating what I'm saying is like, you think you're sounding smart, but it's like, you're not, when that's literally your defense is just slapping down a Uno reverse card and just repeating what I'm saying. I'm like, that's no defense. Do you think if you're in a courtroom, right, and you're a defense attorney or you're some type of attorney, right, and you're supposed to send this guy to prison for murder, and then the defense attorney for the murderer, he's all like, oh, well, my client didn't kill nobody. Do you think that's going to hold up in court if you talking about, well, my client didn't kill anybody? You don't have a client. What do you mean? It's like you have to sit down and just think about just how idiotic that is. But no, the other day, so I'm on Twitter, right? And I think that's what was the whole reason for it, was that I think it was because like I cracked some joke about 6ix9ine getting jumped. And the person was, they were like, I butt hurt over the fact. I'm like, look, if you're a 6ix9ine fan, just say that, But it's like all this going back and forth, arguing, and this extra stuff. I'm like, I'm not for that. It's like like at one point in time, it was like, yeah, I had time for that, the arguing and all that on social media. But then as you get older, it's kind of like, what's the reason? Because, you ain't going to change that person's mind. They ain't going to change your mind. So what's the reason of arguing, right? So anyways, then at some point in time, he starts talking about me being a content creator and how many followers I have and how many views I get. And I'm like, bro, what does that have to do with anything? Here I am insulting you, and then you're trying to insult something that has absolutely nothing to do with this situation. Stick on the subject, stick on topic. It's funny when like you get a person so caught up and you get a person so angry and upset to where now they feel like they have to do some stuff like that. Now they have to attack you. Now they have to, and that's one thing where it's like, when you sit down and you look at all the hate that I've been through and all the negativity that I've been through, what have I done? Like, no, let's just sit down and, just look at some of my most viewed videos. Bro, that streamer is muted. Because I was about to say, I was like, bro, I'd be so upset if I was over here doing this podcast episode and then like this person's stream is playing in the background. It's probably all loud and stuff. So, but no, let's look at some of my most viewed videos. My most viewed video on my main channel, and I think it's actually my most viewed video ever on YouTube. It's sitting at 341,000 views. Is 5 awkward mistakes caught on Twitch Part 2. That has absolutely nothing to do with the hate. Next reaction, Moan Boy's mistakes were made reaction. there's that has absolutely nothing to do with the hate. That has 106,000 views. Dear white people, why I hate white people has something to do with hate, but it ain't like that's the reason why people know who I am. If you look up, let's just, go to YouTube, but that's literally like all my reactions and all my videos and the most viewed videos and stuff is it's just overall it's not about the hate. It ain't about the drama. So, but no, let's look up okay, so let me remove those so more search results will pop up. Okay, remove that. I don't know why, like when you because at times like with the tags will get caught up in. So Soft Willie, the second one is about hate, but if you look at all the other ones about that, McJuggernuggets, Isaac Wise, Soup, El Presador, Angry Grandpa, Rage, Deller, Patchouli, there's three, two, because I'm like, one is my channel name, but anyways, no, so there's two, pretty much, of like about the drama and things. What is TMossBoss fart? Oh, it's my reaction, because I'm like, bro, if there's a video out there, there's a TikTok that I made where I did like a fake fart, but I was like, I know there is not a video out there of me that exists of me farting, because I'm like, bro, I imagine like I would definitely, whatever that video is, I definitely would end it and restart it, or if it's a reaction, then I'm like, nah, that reaction ain't gonna see the day, or I'm gonna just have it where that section is muted out and stuff for some reason. They were like, hey, why that area of your video muted out? Now people are gonna probably, because there have been videos where I've done that, and I'm like, no, it's been because of copyright reasons, but not because of no farts. All right, so I don't do that. But like I said, I'll just end the video of some stuff like that were to go down. But I'm like, I think my stomach has growled in the middle of like videos and podcast episodes and streams, but farting, I'm like, nah, I'd catch something like that. I'm like, that's kind of embarrassing. That's one of those things where I'm like, dang, bruh. I'm like, why it got happen to me? But anyways, like I just think that it's, gotten to a point in time where it's like, now it's the haters' turn to move on and, stop talking on the drama and the hate and all that stuff. And it's like, the thing is this, if you guys can't, then you're just pretty much like, you're in a way admitting to yourself that you are a hater, and it has absolutely nothing to do with no constructive criticism. If you still holding on to videos till this day, if you still holding on to all these things that has something to do with me, and it's just nothing filled with hate, you're a hater. It's like, it's okay to admit it, but like, you have to understand that you a hater. All right. So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 50 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It would knock $20 off your first purchase. And if you're purchasing any okay, so hold on, because I got distracted. So anyways, if you're purchasing any controller accessories from Fatal Grips, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will knock 10% off of your next purchase. And if you're purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will also knock 10% off your next purchase. I reversed it. Don't know why I reversed it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening, and peace.